Gobble, gobble, gobble! The Thanksgiving luncheon is coming up at Katanning Junior High School. Education Today starts now.
Welcome to Education Today. I'm John Zisch with the Armstrong School District. Today we're going to look at a great initiative started at the Armstrong School District, the annual Community Thanksgiving Luncheon. It's a free Thanksgiving meal provided to those who are unable to provide their own meal, and it's open to anyone. It will be held Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, November 23rd from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Katanning Junior High School. Please invite anyone you know who would benefit. To talk more about this, we are very honored to have the Superintendent of Schools, Dr. William Kerr, with us today. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, John, for the invitation.
Sure.
My pleasure.
Well, would you please tell us a little bit about just how the Thanksgiving luncheon got started?
Sure. 3 years ago, Ms. Fee, who is our Director of Food and Nutrition Services, came forward with an idea that would help our community and also promote the good that we have in the Armstrong School District Foundation. And so the idea was conceived to have a Thanksgiving Day dinner for the needy and less fortunate of our county, and also for people that might be alone on Thanksgiving Day and having no relatives living in the area or having no immediate family available. She thought it was a great idea, and so through that idea, we are now in our third year where, for example, this past year we had 120 dinners served outside the Katanning Middle School cafeteria, as well as having actually served 90 guests
90
that
people
attended the Thanksgiving Day program.
That's amazing. Up from 60 in its inaugural year who attended, so it just continues to grow.
And of course, it's all done by volunteers. Many of our employees from the food service department, as well as volunteers from our teaching staff, administrative staff, continue to participate each and every year. So we're real pleased with the volunteerism, as well as the donations from various vendors and community donations that come forth to make the program possible.
Right. And speaking of donations, I understand this year we are in need of pies, pumpkin pies. That's what Lou Ann Fee told me, that we need pumpkin and cherry pies. So if anyone out there is watching, we could certainly appreciate your help in that regard.
You're exactly right. We need cherry and pumpkin and apple pies for that day.
Well, tell me a little bit about what it's like at the Thanksgiving luncheon. You've been there both years. How do people react to this when they come?
Well, first of all, the community folks that come through the door are very humbled and thankful for the opportunity to receive not only a delicious meal, but one that's well balanced in terms of diet and nutrition. And for us as volunteers, we're so thankful that we're able to give back to the community, and that's the whole idea. The Armstrong School District Foundation is a great promoter of giving back to the community that we all serve. And so to see our employees there serving dinner, and also obviously preparation of dinner, the cleanup crews, teachers washing dishes and using our equipment in the cafeteria, makes it a very humbling experience for us as well. Because as you know, Thanksgiving is a day of thanks. And for all of us that have been so blessed with the opportunities that we've been given in life, it is our chance and opportunity to give back to the community. So we're grateful and thankful that we're able to give back.
That's right. Certainly a hot turkey meal with all the fixings sounds pretty good. And I understand that one year there was a special experience that you had where a guest came in and provided some entertainment for everyone who'd gathered. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, at this particular table, there were at least 15 community folks there, and an elderly gentleman from the Katanning area said, would you mind if I played my harmonica? And I said, sure, why not? And it was a song of praise, and the title of that song was We Gathered Together. And as he played the harmonica, everybody had joined hands in a day of prayer, a moment of prayer, and it was a very moving experience for all of the volunteers because everybody stopped what they were doing and they gathered around the table, and as the participants or guests of that day took a moment to reflect upon the music that was being played, we basically said our own prayer quietly and gave thanks for the day and for the meal.
That's just an amazing experience, and I appreciate you sharing that story.
Sure.
Anything else you'd like to add about the Thanksgiving luncheon?
Well, we want to increase those numbers this year, so
Certainly.
if you'd like to make a reservation, please call our administration building or check our website. All of the information is available for you to participate and to bring a friend or two or family member. The more the merrier.
Right.
Let us give thanks to our community and our schools by gathering together to give thanks on that day.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Kerr. And we have some of our students to give you all the details now about the Thanksgiving luncheon.
Will you be spending Thanksgiving Day alone?
Is your family unable to afford a Thanksgiving dinner?
Are you unable to prepare a traditional Thanksgiving dinner?
Then please join us for a free Thanksgiving luncheon for Armstrong County residents. This year it will be Thursday, November 23rd. The time from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. The location, the Katanning Junior High School.
The Armstrong School District Foundation and the Student Service Learning Clubs are hosting this Thanksgiving luncheon for the less fortunate in Armstrong County.
Armstrong School District students, staff, teachers, and administrators will serve as volunteers at the dinner. There will be roasted turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, gravy, vegetables, and of course, cranberries.
Interested in coming? Call 724-763-5214. Again, that number is 724-763-5214.
Special arrangements may be available for those needing transportation, but you must call by November 17th.
Unfortunately, we can't accommodate volunteers from the community. However, if you really want to help, we need pies. Pumpkin pies, cherry pies, you name it.
We hope to see you there on Thanksgiving Day at Katanning Junior High School.
Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Pursue your passion for performing in fine arts. Make your mark. Play your song. Dance your dance. Perform your part. Quality. Affordability. Excellence. Indiana University of Pennsylvania. The perfect fit.
And we're back with Armstrong School District's Education Today. Now we're going to look at two great schools, one great learning environment at the West Hills Elementary campus just outside of Katanning. The two new schools opened in September of 2006 and are brand new this year thanks to a 4-year building project. Well, the dedication ceremony for this was Saturday, October 28th, and for those of you who couldn't make it, here's your chance to see it. At least 100 people attended for the brief program and tours of the building. We have with us again Dr. Kerr. Anything you'd like to highlight about the educational advantages of the West Hills campus before we see the footage?
Well, first of all, we are really pleased that we have such a beautiful campus that serves almost 1,200 students at the West Hills Elementary campus site. As John said, it was 4 years in the making, and it's a project that had some hurdles, but in the long run, it will be educationally sound for our students. And we're so pleased that we're able to open on time this school year. It was a very trying 2-year period because we went through a number of renovations last year at the primary building, and now of course the new building, the intermediate building is located just next to the primary building housing grades 4, 5, and 6. So the educational advantages really include the fact that for the first time in the Katanning attendance area, all students in grades K through 6 will be able to attend school at one site. And there's many advantages to that in terms of education from a curricular standpoint as well as parental involvement, looking at it in that sense. More collaboration among the primary teachers, continuity of curriculum, and also the advantage of parents becoming involved and staying involved with their children for a 7-year period. Beautiful campus, $25 million investment. The community should be extremely proud of the educational facility that is now provided on the campus.
Well said, Dr. Kerr. Well, let's take a look at the footage from the dedication ceremony.
As we move through this project, the last 2 years have certainly been exciting. Getting everything up and ready to go last year at the intermediate building and making sure we're trying to have everything moving. And then this year, with the start of school, things went very smoothly. And the two people who were primarily responsible for that, along with the administrative part, are our two building principals who I'd like to introduce at this time. Ms. Sue Kreidler, our West Hills Intermediate Principal, and Ms. Ann Moran, our West Hills Primary Principal.
It is with great pleasure that we welcome you to the dedication ceremony of the West Hills Elementary Complex. Mrs. Moran and I are proud and we're very happy to be principals of such two beautiful buildings and to have been part of this project from the very beginning. As I reflect back, I remember the feelings of anticipation and excitement when the first heavy equipment came up that driveway over at the other building. Teachers struggled to keep those children focused on the learning, and I struggled to stay focused on my job as those mounds of dirt kept moving in different places and the surrounding area took on a whole new look. Each day was a new challenge for all of us, and at times a little stressful, but never, ever boring. We weren't always sure what was going to happen next, and there were more than a few times when all of us felt like throwing our hands up in the air and just screaming. But we made it. The vision of a learning environment where children in kindergarten through grade 6 would be together on one campus was the motivator that sustained us and through the project.
I join my colleague in welcoming all of you, and I especially want to thank the community for providing two beautiful buildings for us and for your children. Your efforts in that way have been just so successful because this is something to be extremely proud of. As a principal of the North Buffalo and the elementary schools in my past role, I had the challenge more or less of explaining to people that came into the district, especially young families, that your children would be going to the North Buffalo School for kindergarten and then over the East Franklin School for first grade and then over the West Hill School for second grade. And I no longer have to do that, so I'm very happy about that. Now I can say that when a child comes into the kindergarten, they'll know where they're going to be right up to the 6th grade in the school district. So that's a wonderful, wonderful feeling for me, and we've received so many positive compliments on the school, so it's something that you should take home to be very proud of, because you are the people that provide us with this, along with the work of the school directors and our administration. So thank you so much. Now, what we also want to do too, Mrs. Kreidler and I looked at this together, and we have a little story that we'd like to read. It's very short. We're going to read it together because it more or less exemplifies our feelings for the unity that we feel with the community and in setting up our schools together. It's called The Great Redwood Story, and it's about the redwoods in California. The Great Redwoods of California are one of the beautiful natural wonders of North America. These giant evergreens can grow to a towering 300 feet tall and live for hundreds of years.
For all of their magnificence, one would think the redwoods would require a deep root system to keep them upright. Instead, they have roots that spread out along the surface of the forest floor to capture all the moisture that is possible, intertwining with the roots of other redwoods in the grove. The interlocking roots securely support and sustain these great sequoias when the storms strike and the fierce winds blow. The tree's survival depends on the combined support of one another.
When we stand together, support one another, encourage one another, and become stronger together, like the giant redwoods, we keep growing taller. Thank you.
Well, this is a time for celebration, and not the least of which, I'm very happy about these kind of things because I don't have to field questions from the board at the end of the presentation. So although I'm sure you'll be able to ask any questions you wish in the tours at the end, This is a time of celebration for the students because the students are the ones who get to enjoy this great facility. And I'm very happy today to present to the students a key to the school. It's actually, for the primary school, it's actually a key to a secret cookie jar that's located in Mrs. Miranda's office. We also have a key to the new school. Now this intermediate school, as the cookies no longer hold the allure. I have to tell you that the school district has been very helpful to me. I mentioned cookies. The school district has been very helpful for me personally because Mrs. Fee has been feeding us cookies at the meetings, and really all I had to do was to reassure her that she would get anything that she wanted in the kitchens of these facilities, as long as the cookies held up at the meeting. So I appreciate that very much. However, this happens to be the key, although it looks like the key to the intermediate school, it's actually the key to get you on to junior high school. So you can't get in unless you can get through the 6th grade, so congratulations, come on over to you both.
At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Ms. Rose Stitt, our current board president. Rose.
Good morning. Before I start, I have to acknowledge some very talented people here. Our chorus over there and the 4 students that stood there, because I know how nervous I am, and I'm a little older than them. So I need to acknowledge how proud I am to be representing students like these. Let's give them a hand. Okay, 5 years ago, the Armstrong School District recognized the need in the Katanning attendance area. Our school district then set forth a goal to create a facility that would not only enhance the educational environment for those students, but also to provide continuity to their parents, their families, themselves, the students of course, and the staff, by keeping those students at the same location for grades kindergarten through 6th grade. No longer would our Katanning area elementary students attend 4 different schools before they even reached junior high. Today, I am proud to say, with great appreciation for school board members, both past and present, and with the cooperation of our district's administration, we have reached that goal. At this time, I would be remiss if I did not thank the many people that have helped our district to achieve this goal. And so, it is my honor, on behalf of each member of the Armstrong School District Board of Directors, to extend our sincere gratitude to Hayes Large Architects, Turner Construction Company, and the 8 prime contractors that were involved with the construction process. All of you have made our dream a reality. We would also like to thank Dr. Kerr and the Armstrong School District Administration for their part in making this the top-notch facility that it is. And a special thank you goes to Mr. Rick Mulroy. Your services in overseeing this project were invaluable to all of us. And in closing, our deep appreciation goes to the Katanning area students, staff, and community for your patience and understanding during the building process. May all of you enjoy this facility for generations to come. Thank you.
What a wonderful day it is in the neighborhood. This project has been a long project, but a very worthwhile project. I too want to acknowledge some groups this morning, and I appreciate the work and presence of our board of directors, our students, staff, parents, former school board directors, past and present administrators, our elected officials, whom we have a great working relationship with in the county and at the municipal level, the intermediate unit representation today, Lenape Tech representation, and of course Hayes Large, Turner Construction, and the general public. Indeed, 2 great schools, 1 great learning environment. It's my pleasure to thank all of you, not only for being here today, but to thank each of you as you represent various groups that I've named for the support and leadership that you have given to the West Hills primary and West Hills intermediate projects. All of you are stakeholders in the Armstrong School District, and each of us should all stand in the shadow of these young people that we've seen here to my left and on this stage today, because one of the greatest joys that we receive as those who participate in the field of education, from the board level to the classroom level, is indeed the support and love and care that we have for our young children. That's what it's all about today. It's been an exciting project, and I have to acknowledge and say just a few more comments in this respect. Under the leadership of two school boards, first of all by Mr. Terry Root, President, Mr. Tim Ash, Vice President, Ms. Rose Stitt, Board President at this point, as well as John Monroe as Vice President, with all of the board members that have been acknowledged today. Without their leadership, we would not be here today celebrating this wonderful new facility. There were many obstacles. It may look easy at this point, but there were many critical votes, many long discussions and debates, but we have made it, and what once was a dream is now a reality. Educational reform can be described in two ways. To me, educational reform should build on the traditional successes of the school system and renew itself through constant refinement of educational programs and services. To me, that's how we meet the changing needs of society, the changing needs of a school system, and a quality educational program for all students. In the Armstrong School District, and we can all be very proud of the successes that we've gained over these last several years. Public education is based on strong traditional values, evenly blended with a progressive approach to improve education. School performance, as Mr. Thompson indicated, should increase, and it has been increasing in terms of student achievement and overall school performance. And I cannot wait to see the test results that come out of a K-6 facility all in one campus, because now we have continuity of curriculum, better educational services and programs on one campus for this particular attendance area, and that in itself will be a strong correlation to high-performing schools. I believe that we are dictated by the time in which we live, the expectations for more school choice, more learning experiences and opportunities, and flexibility in the delivery of programs and services will continue to grow. So, in order that public education remains a viable choice, we must strategically position our schools for continued success in the future. Every day I ask this question, and I ask that you reflect upon it as we leave today and go through this facility. How can the district best create a system of shared resources and enhance educational opportunities for all students? The West Hills Primary School campus is a classic example of improving the quality of education for all students. This project demonstrates what can happen in a positive way when people come together and work together for the common good of all. I know how proud you are as a community to receive this fine facility today. And I believe that the West Hills Elementary campus will be the center of community life and school community activities, and it will indeed, has already begun as a great learning environment. Let us be proud in this moment of accomplishment today, and let us seek continued opportunities for growth with a bright and promising future for the entire Armstrong School District. Thank you.
Well, that's our show for today. I think the footage we just saw speaks for itself. The West Hills campus offers numerous educational advantages. I'd like to thank Dr. Kerr for joining us again. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, John.
Yes.
My pleasure.
All right. And we'd also like to thank our film crew, the Ford City High School TV students, led by Mrs. Barbara Keller. Please join us again next week for another look at the Armstrong School District. For more information about district news and activities, check out our website and have a great week. Armstrong School District students learned about Veterans Day and veteran sacrifices for the United States in a series of educational lessons that happened around the district on November 6th, November 7th, and November 8th. Here are school-by-school details. At Dayton Elementary School on November 7th, retired Air Force General and pilot James Hendrickson visited classrooms to talk to students about his service. He was a B-52 pilot and did multiple tours of duty during the Vietnam War. He is also the father of Dayton Elementary School art teacher Lynn Donnelly. At Elderton Elementary School, the school continued the tradition started last year by collecting items to be sent to the troops overseas. On November 8th, there was an assembly where the collected items were given to several service personnel and then will be sent to Iraq in time for Christmas. The program is called Stars for Soldiers. At Katanning Township Elementary School, the school celebrated Veterans Day in several ways. The entire school participated in a poster contest with the theme, "What Veterans Day Means to Me." There was a winner in each grade, and the winners' posters were displayed at Walmart in a special Veterans Tribute Showcase. There was also an assembly on Monday, November 6th. At Lenape Elementary School, on Wednesday, November 8th, there was a thank you celebration for nearly 60 veterans who were relatives of Lenape Elementary School students. The program consisted of a short video, a talk by Dr. James Nemec, who is a 25-year veteran of the U.S. Army, and the singing of a school-wide song taught just for the occasion. At Shannock Valley Elementary School on Wednesday, November 8th, the school had a Veterans Day assembly in the gym. A local American Legion Honor Guard presented the colors at the assembly, and 3 students read their essays, which were titled, "What They Would Say to a Veteran." The school's parent-teacher organization provided light refreshments for the Honor Guard and the other military personnel. At West Hills Primary and West Hills Intermediate Schools, they honored veterans on Tuesday, November 7th. The 2 schools participated in a joint school parade of students. Some band students, led by music teacher Robert Cislinski, performed patriotic music in the gym at the intermediate school for students of each of the 2 schools during separate assemblies. Students were encouraged to dress in red, white, and blue clothing. Activities surrounding the meaning and history of Veterans Day were promoted. At Elderton Junior-Senior High School, the school had a Veterans Day assembly on Wednesday, November 8th with a salute to veterans. There were performances by the high school band and chorus. Veterans who have died were recognized with a moment of silence and with taps being played in the background. The assembly was titled, "What is Veterans Day? Who are our veterans and how can we honor them?" At Ford City Junior-Senior High School, on Wednesday, November 8th, students in social studies classes had a question and answer session with local veterans who served in the military from Korea to Iraq. The school's social studies department arranged for members of the Ford City VFW post, along with other local veterans, to come to the school auditorium in 2 groups to interact with the students. At Katanning Junior High School, Armstrong County Commissioner James Scahill spoke to the students on Tuesday, November 7th about veterans, patriotism, community service, and his Vietnam service. At Katanning Senior High School on November 7th, the school had a program. A member of the school chorus sang the Star-Spangled Banner, Student Council President Catherine Arrow gave a short speech, and guest speaker Dr. James Nemec, who is a 25-year veteran of the U.S. Army, spoke about the importance of patriotism, and the band performed a few selections. At West Shamokin Junior-Senior High School, students in grades 7 to 12 had an assembly on Wednesday, November 8th in the auditorium. 2 students gave speeches about the history of Veterans Day and the importance of veteran sacrifices. All students watched a 15-minute film clip that depicted veterans describing how it felt to be a soldier during the Vietnam War. A big thank you to all students, staff, teachers, administrators, and veterans for making it happen.